In today's video, we're going to talk about one of my favorite franchises. Yes, it's the Kaiju MonsterVerse, Godzilla and Kong, the frickin' Titans. We are so close to getting the first official trailer, which from everything I understand and everything I've been told, it will be happening at this year's San Diego Comic-Con. I don't include the tease trailer that revealed the title is Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire as a teaser, as a trailer, because it was just a teaser to reveal the orangutan, the Red Kong, if you like, Scar King. So, San Diego Comic-Con is coming up a week tomorrow, as of the time recording this audio on the SM7B short microphone, 20th to 23rd. So it's a week away tomorrow. From everything I understand and from everything I've been told personally, they should be dropping a trailer at San Diego Comic-Con because they are there. Obviously, this movie is made by Legendary Pictures. It's just distributed by Warner Bros. So distributed by them. So they're in charge of the marketing, sadly. But hopefully, they don't butcher this marketing like they did with a lot of other projects. So, what is good, YouTube? Voice you here. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe to never miss any of the Kaiju, MonsterVerse, Marvel, DC, pop culture-based content that I do on this channel. If you could, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know down below how freaking excited are you to see Scar King, see Kong again, see Godzilla again, and many more new Titans that are gonna be hiding in Hollow Earth. If you could, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see that beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. If you could, check us out on Twitter, WarstuG, and also check us out on Threads, which is Instagram's new variant of a kind of Twitter-based website, if you like. So as I said in the prologue, San Diego Comic-Con is next week. Warner Brothers will be there, but they're not bringing DC Studios there. James Gunn confirmed that DC Studios won't be there. Big L, Warner Brothers don't have many other properties to market at San Diego Comic-Con, so it's looking like Legendary will be there with Warner Bros. In a roundabout way. Dune 2, they need to start marketing that. That comes out later this year, although they have dropped a trailer, but maybe they have a panel there. And we have Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire coming out next year. And from everything I understand and everything I've been told, they apparently will be dropping a full-fledged trailer. And if I'm wrong, you can come back to this video and tell me I was wrong. But from everything I understand, that is what is gonna go down next week. So, also in the news, you've probably seen these images going around. I've tried to vet them. I've spoke to some people, some sources behind the scenes, and from what I understand, they are very close to the real thing. They may not be the real thing, but they are very close. So what generally happens when movies are being made in production is to make the toys and to get the toys in circulation, whether it be with Hasbro or Funko Pop. So many different companies do so many different toys. As you know, Spider-Man merchandise makes over $1 billion a year. So the merchandise actually goes into production well before you get any official marketing. So stuff like this does leak all the time. Now, if we correspond it and link it to the test screening, which I've had vetted and the test screen information, apparently, allegedly, rumoredly, is real. So the plot leak gave us a description of, careful for spoilers, I don't want to ruin your life. It gave us a description of the upgrades that we're going to get with Kong, with Godzilla. Careful for spoilers. Scar King was also on there. Shimu was also on there. And if you look at these toys, they do somewhat resemble the plot information that's been going around the internet for the longest time. Now, the main reason why superheroes, kaiju, whether it be Marvel or DC, where they get new outfits or new weapons, in this case, Godzilla and Kong will get some kind of new weapons that the plot leak says. So they need to do some kind of upgrade to both of the Kaiju Titans in order to sell more toys. That's where the real money is. Now we know this movie won't be day-and-day release on HBO Max, which is now called Max, which was so stupid for David Zaslav to do. He lost Christopher Nolan. That's why Oppenheimer is a Universal Pictures movie, and David Zaslav is trying to finesse Christopher Nolan, hence why they are screening or have screened Oppenheimer on the Warner Bros. Plot when realistically it's a Universal Pictures movie. So I'll overlay the images if I can, if I don't get a copyright claim or anything, which I shouldn't do. So there's 3 images. One of Crimson King Godzilla. Interesting. One of what appears to be Kong, and one that appears to be Shimu. Now, obviously, generally speaking, with these movies, it's usually Kong that gets the better upgrade. Because let's be honest, Godzilla can already do the atomic breath. He may get some new powers potentially, but it's generally Kong that gets the new upgrades, hence why he got the axe in the last movie, so he could go toe to toe with Mechagodzilla and hold his own, or he pretty much got owned by Godzilla. So in the images that are circling on the internet at the moment, there isn't really much of an upgrade on the Godzilla. I can't quite make out what it says, but it's got on his fangs, on his fangs on his kind of like back, I guess you could say. I don't know how to describe it. It's red, which it's interesting. I'm more interested in why it's called Crimson King Godzilla. But we do know that it's not always the case that just because a toy does something that it correlates to the movie generally, but in a roundabout way, usually it's a good indication. Obviously, with Marvel and DC, it's not always been the case, and there has been scrapped merchandise for the last Godzilla movie, Godzilla Vs Kong. So it's not 100%, but usually the designs are some form of how they were supposed to look or how they were gonna look. So on the image of Kong, we see him going God of Thunder on everyone. No, not really. But he seems to have some kind of electric charge. It's blue. His eyes are kind of glowing. And obviously Godzilla's eyes on the Godzilla toy or supposed toy is red. So it's interesting here. And it's also very prominent that it's a Playmate's toy. And also he's got a lot of scars. His chest. Obviously Scar King is one of the villains. There's not an image of Scar King. Is Scar King gonna give him some more scars? It is interesting how he's kind of battered and blue. There were blue, you get it, it's a pun because of Blue Strike. Okay, it didn't land. I know it didn't land. But it will be interesting to see if Scar King does actually give him some scars. That will be fascinating. But as I said earlier, it's generally Kong that gets the more upgraded weapons and somehow evolves into a more primate. God, another bun! Evolves into more of a primate. Yeah, it is interesting that he's got more scars on him, got some kind of blue electric charge going around him. Is he gonna come the God of Thunder? No, okay, let's just stop that joke. It's not really fun. But if you do correlate it to the plot leak, it goes on to say the final fight is absolute best. Kong gets an insane upgrade in an unbelievable way. And then if you correspond it to Scar King has his own secret weapon, a giant snake corp that he uses as a whip. So it doesn't really say what Kong's upgrade is at the moment, but it does say he gets an insane upgrade in an unbelievable way. I'm joking. He's not going to be the God of Thunder, but is it linked somehow to Godzilla's powers in a... No, I don't think it will be, but just spitballing here. But it's interesting how they've kind of gave him some kind of charge. And also, it is worth saying here, Kong's new friend, who some people believe could actually be his son, Soko, Suko, is a smaller monkey that comes from Scar King's lair, and Kong claims him as his own. This is where it's got its interpretation from the son of Kong. So that's an interesting part, because if you remember way back ago, we did a video on it. The trades were saying the title was going to be Son of Kong. Now, this part of the plot leak is basically just saying Suku or Soko is some kind of small monkey that comes out of Scar King's lair, and Kong claims him as his own. And this is low-key where they got the inspiration from the original working title, if you like, as Son of Kong. It would be cool if he adopted him as his kind of son. That would be cool because, you know, Kong's always wanted a little friend. He's always wanted to meet his own species. So it's going to be a heartbreaking movie, really, in a somewhat roundabout way that I love saying. Scar King, orangutan, is similar to Kong's species. Obviously not exactly the same, but very similar. I think this is going to be a really emotional movie for Kong because Kong's wanting to meet other primates, other apes for his whole life. And it appears like he's going to get to see some of the apes and orangutans. So I really hope they killed the motion capture on the expressive side of Kong when he gets to see this smaller ape come out and when he gets to see Scar King, because he's going to want to be homies with him, but then realize he's going to try and kill him. So going to be a very deep movie. So the final image is of Shimu, who apparently is a secondary villain, and the overall villain is really Scar King, who is the primary villain for Kong, and Shimu is going to be the villain for Godzilla, and he's the Godzilla villain, if you like. And obviously I made a video last year saying that Space Godzilla would be in this movie, and a lot of people discredit that in the comments, which is cool because you get input, lads and ladettes. But I still see Shimu as a original made-up character because they couldn't get the rights to Space Godzilla or something like that, because it's very freaking similar. Very similar. So here it says, Shimu can handle Godzilla pretty well. So he is obviously going to have crystallized to a certain degree, almost like Space Godzilla, and that's where a lot of people seem to think, no, you're talking rubbish, it's not Space Godzilla. But everyone keeps saying, I mean, I said it first, but everyone else keeps saying it. So like I said, if I can overlay the images, I will. But in the images, one thing I did notice is, you've obviously got to zoom in massively, is Shimu appears to be on all fours. So you can't really get a real good scope of how tall Shimu is. But based on the actual image, and like I said, if I can, I will, Shimu does appear to be smaller than Godzilla. But I can't confirm or verify that because these are supposed leaked images of toys from Playmates, so we don't really know what's going on here. But it is cool to kind of get a first look, and I'm hoping the way they market this movie is we don't get a look at Shimu in the first trailer because they need to hide stuff. The problem with the last movie was they confirmed so much to me by showing too much. So hopefully, they've already revealed Scar King in the teaser trailer, if you want to call it that. But I'm hoping they keep Shimu back, because they already know the information's out there, but they don't have to reveal that Shimu is actually real till really close to the actual movie. So if you go a bit further on the plot leaks and people's assumption based on comments from videos that I've made, it appears that Godzilla in this movie will almost take a secondary role to Kong, but it's called Godzilla X Kong, which means they will both team up, most likely to take out Scar King and Shimu. It's very strange that Scar King can control Shimu when Shimu is supposed to be the god tier level of the Titans. But without this device that Scar King has, it's some kind of handheld device, weapon, similar to Kong's axe, if you like, that weakens Shimu to the part where Shimu could be controlled by Scar King. I think obviously this is not in the plot leak and this part isn't true, but it would be cool if Shimu took out Scar King in like a roundabout way. I think that would be a pretty cool way. But it is interesting how every leak that comes out from the test screening says Kong gets his powers in the most ambiguous, far-fetched way ever. So but potentially there could be some power in Hollow Earth that he somehow absorbs. Because if you go back to the toy again, it looks like he's a god of thunder. Like, what's going on there? What's going on there? Then if you like go on to read the plot leak, it's like Kong weakens Shimu via the weapon from Scar King, and Godzilla finishes him off. But Godzilla's got history with Shimu already. But obviously you got to take the test screening information with a pinch of salt, because it's the first test screening. They can change so much in the movie. It's not a finished product. But Shimu and Scar King are definitely going to be in this movie. And hopefully we're going to get a trailer at San Diego Comic-Con next week, which is damn dope. So yesterday we got the first trailer for Godzilla -1 official teaser trailer dropped. So I believe this is coming out later this year. Set in a post-war Japan, Godzilla -1 will once again show us a Godzilla that is terrifying and overwhelming force. Japan, which has already been devastated by the wars, faces a new threat with Godzilla, bringing the country from 0 into minus. Now, I don't know enough about the mythos to properly cover that, but I did want to mention that it did come out. The trailer has been dropped, and I believe it's coming out later this year. I think it's coming out in December. I spitball these. So if you are hyped from the Godzilla -1 movie, and if you do want me to cover that kind of stuff as well, just let me know down below. I thought I'd tag it on to the end of the video because, as I said, I don't know much about the mythos of that movie to bring a video where I can articulate a whole video based on just that. There are other channels like Dangerville who most likely have covered that kind of stuff, so go check them out. Very good channel when it comes to all the kind of MonsterVerse stuff they cover. Very cool channel. So likewise, guys, let us know. How hyped are you? Do you think these real images are real? Do you think there's going to be a trailer next week? And do you think the plot leaks are real? Although it's already kind of been confirmed by these images. If the images are real. So like always, guys, I'll do my best to keep you up to date with all the latest and greatest Kaiju MonsterVerse news that's correlated to the next Godzilla X Kong movie, as predominantly that's the kind of MonsterVerse stuff I cover. If you do have any video ideas that you want me to cover related to the next movie being Godzilla X Kong, then I will get round to that as soon as I can. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at WarstuC. Their beautiful face behind the voice. Check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. And I'll catch you in another video very soon, guys. Catch you later.